Just a minute while I am getting everything out and ready. If you're just joining me and catching the replay, hashtag replay, it takes a few minutes for everyone to join. So go grab a cup of coffee, whatever you need to do, and come back in just a minute. Coffee is so good right now. I'm putting on my watch. I have a big day today. I have a field trip today. So I am getting ready. If you don't know who I am, I call myself Aunt Judy. And I normally do not go live on this because sometimes you get the crazies, right? Hey, Diane. I am on the YouTube side, and I'm vertical, which means that we're probably going to get some crazies, okay? But, like, this is a way for people to get to know who I am. And so, when I know this is crazy, but I'll show y'all, just for your own records. So, when you go live this way, you get your subscribers. But when you go live this way, you get people that don't know you. So I'm going live this way to introduce myself to some new people. So if we get some crazies, y'all know why. Okay. I have a field trip today if you're just joining me. And so I thought I would go live. Shane is outside. I thought I would go live. You know, I said I wasn't going live on Fridays anymore. But I decided to go live just to introduce myself to new people. I don't know who. Maybe the crazies won't be on here at 7 o'clock in the morning. They're probably asleep, right? They're probably not on here. You know, don't y'all think? Thank you, Heidi. I'm gonna get ready. I'm on my third cup of coffee. This isn't good. I have a small field trip today. There's about, I'm gonna say 15 people that are coming. Cold? Where are you, Heidi? Yes, I'm coming to St. Louis May. No, I'm not. Oh, you're in New York? I'm coming to St. Louis July 31st through the 3rd. Yeah. Hey, Jane. I am going live a different way. I'm not on Facebook. And for you people that are not creators, it's hard to understand the way you go live. How do I put this? Basically, I just showed people, but I'll show you just for your record. So if you're not a creator, so when you go live this way, you get your subscribers. But when you go live this way, you get people that don't know you. So this is a way for me to introduce myself to new people. So we might get some crazies on here because they don't know who their Aunt Judy is, right? So usually when I'm in, see, like already get freaking Southern style. See, he sees me in overalls or she sees me in overalls and they don't know who I am and they think I'm crazy for wearing this outfit. But just bear with us as people get to know who I am. So this live might be different from other lives. So just know that. Good morning, y'all. I am finished with my steroids, but I'm still crazy. Good morning, Teresa. Good morning, Diane. Good morning, Gaina. Good morning. All my morning people are coming on because we're all morning people, right? Nobody else gets up this early but us. Good morning, Cynthia. Did y'all get notifications? I guess you did. I was just wondering if it sent notifications when I'm vertical. Yeah, I'm a 4 a.m. riser. Y'all get ready for the crazies. Okay? Just know I'm not normally live like this. Oh, you did, Teresa? So I have this weekend, I have a lot going on. You did? I wasn't sure. I can't always, sometimes people get notifications when I'm live like this and sometimes they don't. So, all right. So some updates on my farm. So I'm not giving up on Georgia Lee because I do think she's pregnant, but I'm just like, I've got to quit. I'm just not going to concentrate on it anymore. I'm just going to, I let her free range yesterday with Tater Bug. And the thing is, Tater Bug is not trying to get milk from her anymore. So they have been separated for like 6 or 7 weeks. So I think Tater Bug's used to being away from mom now, and hopefully he will not try to be the milk bandit and steal milk from his mom. I'm keeping a close eye on things. Yesterday, all day long, no problem at all. But I feel like I obviously I have my dates wrong, which is so weird to me. And I know, like, maybe people are sick of me talking about it, but it's such a mystery to me because obviously Tater Bug's the dad because Rio got gelded back in, gelded means fixed. He got fixed in September of 2022, so there's no way that he is the father. So the only father that could be is Tater Bug. But Tater Bug wasn't mature enough to mate until October. So Georgia Lee, that means Georgia Lee could go all the way to October to have this baby. So I decided, okay, obviously the male that I bred her with is not the dad because she's over 13 months now. So again, the only person that could be the father is Tater Bug. Unless for some reason, sometimes when you fix animals, they still can breed. Oh, shoot. They can still breed for a couple of months and have semen in them. So, let's see. Tater Bug was born in January. It's so confusing. January 2023. Rio was fixed October 2022. There's the only way is if my vet screwed up and Rio's like intact for some reason, which would be almost impossible. So the only other suspect is Tater Bug. And so Georgia Lee could be pregnant till October. Well, it's going to get pretty old when I'm posting videos every day of Georgia Lee from now to October being pregnant. So I decided I don't want to say I'm giving up, but I'm going to leave it alone because I don't want to drive people nuts, posting every day. But it's obviously she's pregnant because you can see the baby moving. And my vet confirmed pregnancy. He felt the baby move. And so what's strange is in May, when I had her bred, I waited 3 or 4 months and then had an ultrasound, and he could not find a baby. But that's happened before. It's hard to see. Alpacas have 4 chambers, and it's hard for them sometimes to catch a baby on an ultrasound with an alpaca. So just because he didn't find a baby in the ultrasound doesn't mean that there's not a baby there. As a matter of fact, I did an ultrasound on her and paid for it, and he couldn't find the baby. So, when it comes to alpacas, they're nuts. They're so, they're different from other animals. It's hard, I don't know if y'all know what a probe is, but a probe ultrasound is where this probe goes into her to see the baby. And that's more likely to be able to detect a baby versus an ultrasound that you just rub on the stomach. And my vet does not have a probe. My vet, I feel like is still learning about, I feel like the vet is still learning about alpacas, the vet that I use. But there's a vet that is near Huntsville, which is an hour away. I have called and I have literally begged him to come to my farm. I have begged, and he won't drive. I'm like, dude, I will pay you whatever you charge me to come to my farm to check out my alpacas. I will pay you whatever you charge me. He won't do it. He won't do it. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. I do feel like at some point after this education center is up and going, I probably need to invest in an enclosed trailer to load those son of a guns up. I don't want to say jokers. Son of a guns, that's still bad. To load those jokers up and put them on a, put them in a trailer and take them to that vet that knows alpacas. That's what he specializes in. So the only way that I can see him is to load those jokers up and take them to the vet. So after the education center is up, if I'm still doing well and making some money, then I will invest in an enclosed trailer so that I can load these alpacas up and get them seen about. Because until my vet gets a probe and stuff like that, and this may be Georgia Lee's last time to have babies, I don't really know. I will say, Georgia Lee was a rescue. Very intimidated, doesn't really like people to touch her, has a heart attack when people touches her. And I feel like motherhood is so good for her because she is what happens is that baby, I'm training the baby to be a petting zoo friendly baby. She's sitting here watching like Taterbug and Mickey come up to me, kiss me, let me love them, let me pet them. So it's almost like it's training Georgia Lee to come to acceptance with human beings. So it's helping her so much. So I don't know if I'll breed her again. I just feel like it's really good for her. A lot of people, because I have the word sanctuary in my name, people they love to tell me, if you're a sanctuary, you shouldn't be breeding animals, blah, blah, blah. They love to say that, but they don't understand that I am a sanctuary where my animals rescue human beings. People don't understand. They see sanctuary and they think that I sit and rescue animals all day long, and I don't do that. here comes the crazies. I don't do that. I'm not, my focus is not to rescue animals. I'm a sanctuary. When I say I'm a sanctuary, my main focus is group homes and sober living facilities. That is my, like, I really, as a matter of fact, I just had a brochure. It's so cute. I'm going to post it. But I just had a brochure made simply for group homes and sober living facilities. And I am fixing to physically go out to every sober living facilities and introduce myself and hand out these brochures. The brochures are so cute, and it talks about me being a sanctuary, meaning I'm not a sanctuary to rescue animals per se. I'm a sanctuary for these sober living facilities to come to a safe place so that they can have some interaction with these animals and get in the moment and forget that they're drug addicts. You know what I'm saying? That is my focus. And I haven't really been able to concentrate on that because I'm growing. Like, I want to get to where I need to. I want this education center up and going. I want my farm to be... I am in the floor. I'm not offended when people call me a granny because I am a granny. Does that offend y'all? For you that are my age or older? That doesn't offend me at all. But anyway, I want to get everything up and running, and I want to get it to where I need it to be before I really go introduce myself to sober living facilities, because I need to have all my ducks in a row so that they understand that this is a safe place to come. So the brochure, it's been sent to the printer, and I am actually fixing to order them today so that I can get all that intact. So when I go out to market to tell people about my farm and what I'm really wanting to accomplish, I have all my ducks in a row. I'm working towards it. Heidi, I'm a grandma and you need to relax. Okay. Okay, Heidi. Me and your BFFs. It's crazy. This is why I do not like to go live this way. Most creators do not like to go live this way. But I will tell you, that when I went live this way, I gained one follower that was a good person. And so I just kind of like to get people to get to know who I am. A lot of people think I'm a weirdo because I get ready and I'm a farm. It's okay. It takes a minute for people to get to know me, and I'm okay with, I'm okay with it. People can rip me a new one. It's almost like I get ripped a new one every day. And speaking of get ripped a new one, so oftentimes so the other day, I posted the video of Leroy. Sorry, Kayla. I didn't tell you that I was going live, Kayla, because I figured you were asleep. And I was going live vertical, so I really just felt like it'll be fine. I posted a video of Leroy, and in the video, I say, Leroy, I need to go get your medicine to spray in your ear. And so, naturally, people care about my animals, so they begin to get concerned about Leroy. Leroy had a tick in his ear. And if y'all know me, I say the word Joker all the time. I say Joker. Y'all watch my videos. Heidi, that's hilarious. I say Joker all the time. And so people, when I posted the video of Leroy, people started going, call the vet immediately, get him out of the heat, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, he's got a tick in his ear. But see, that's what happens. It's like But I stopped when all that happened and people were telling me to call the vet immediately. I thought, they have no clue who I am, because like every time I have a vet bill every month. Like my vet is out here all the time. And so I was trying to be mindful and think, I can't take my glasses off because I won't be able to read y'all. But I can't, hopefully I will be a grandma well, I am a grandma to Shane's daughter, but my kids don't have kids yet. But I am the age of a grandma. You are correct. So thank you. I would love to be a grandma. My kids have kids. I can't wait for them to call me grandma. That doesn't offend me. Anyway, sorry. But I say joker a lot. But when I stopped and thought about, my page is growing like crazy on Facebook and YouTube. But, you know, I went from like 30,000 to 83,000 like that. And so people don't know me, they don't know my animals. So I have to be mindful that the word, me saying, calling people a joker, that can be offensive. And I can see that. So I had to like really kind of break it down to realize that I probably shouldn't have used the word joker, because I can so see someone that doesn't know me. I can so see why that would be offensive to them. So I took that down immediately, because I was like, oh my goodness, I have just, as a matter of fact, the lady was like, I'm unfollowing you. And I'm like, give me a minute. Like, give me a chance. Like, I'm not perfect. And I hope, I'm taking my glasses off so I can't see. I have to be mindful as a creator. I'm still learning as a creator, but I have to be mindful that not everyone watches my YouTube videos or my lives, and they don't know that I say joker all the time. So I have to be mindful and careful of the words that I choose when I'm doing video. It's almost like I have to be on alert, because it's hard being a creator, but I have to be careful because I don't want to offend people. And using the word joker, I can see where that was offensive when people are telling me to call the vet over a tick in his ear. I can see where that would be offensive. So immediately I apologized, took the video down, and redid it, because I can see clearly, for someone that doesn't know me and doesn't know that I use that word all the time, I can see where I was offensive to people. So if you were one of the people that told me to call the vet, please know that I apologize. I was just being Judy, and I can, when I went back and watched the short, I'm like, oh, that did seem offensive, Judy. That was really ugly. And now I lost that girl. Her name was Spice something, and I lost her as a follower because she took me wrong and I come across wrong. But I can't, I'm not perfect. You know, like I'm gonna make mistakes as a creator. I can't do everything right. I wished I was perfect, but I'm not. I screw up all the time. I screw up all the time. And I hate that I lost a follower. But another thing is, you know how when Skipper was born, I had a lot of views because everything went viral when Skipper was born. And I made a decent amount of money on social media. And my farm is about giving back. My farm is about, true, Teresa. My farm is about giving back. So I was like, how do I give back to these people that have been watching my videos and following Skipper's story? So I thought, I'll send them all a personalized picture. And so I went and had a photographer come out here, take professional pictures of Skipper. She edited the picture. I had them all printed off, paid for it. I went and bought the envelopes and the stamps to mail out these pictures of Skipper. And I had probably over 150 pictures that were sent out. And I did that to give back because I care that people take the time to follow Skipper's story, and I want to give back. So it was a way for me to give back to people in other states that can't come here to see Skipper. So I thought I was doing the right thing, right? Do you see other creators doing that? Okay, I thought I was doing the right thing. Well, I was getting emails, private messages with people's address for me to send Skipper's picture. And Julie Pappin, which is Chris Mealy's wife, said, Judy, I will print labels for you so you don't have to sit there and hand address every, envelope. I was like, that is wonderful. So as I was getting messages, and I told people to email me, but I was getting on my messenger, I was getting on text message, I was getting on email, and I was forwarding them to Julie Pappin as soon as I would get them. Well, I took a number, and it was like 100, I think it was 158 pictures I sent out. Well, a couple of people, after I had already sent them out, they were like, I didn't get my picture of Skipper. And I'm like, oh God, here we go. I shouldn't have done this. This was a mistake. And I didn't have any more pictures because I ordered exactly what the addresses were for the labels. And this one lady kept on and kept on. And I said, I'm out of pictures. So I sent her the picture of Skipper on Messenger so that she would have a picture. Well, she got mad and told me that she was now blocking me because I didn't do what I said I was going to do. And I'm like, dear Jesus, please help me. Help me get through this day. I'm trying my hardest to do everything I need to do to give back. And this has become an explosion. So she blocked me because I didn't send her a picture. I sent everybody, to the best of my ability, a picture of Skipper. But that's what happens when you try to do the right thing. It's still not the right thing. Like, it's still not. Do y'all ever feel like that? You're like, I have tried and I have tried and I have tried. And it's like, no matter what I do, I can't win. But see, this is what I realized. I will never do that again. I will never send out pictures again. Because when I try to do the right thing and send out the pictures, somebody's going to get mad. So like you get to the point where you're like, I can't win. I can't win. And I'm like, here's the picture of Skipper. It costs like 40 cents to print it. But I guess I could have printed that one picture at Walgreens and went and got an envelope and addressed it to her. But like, it's hard for me to do stuff like that because I am so busy. And so anyway, I made her mad. And I'm like, but I'm sure you guys can relate to me because sometimes you have somebody that no matter what you do, you can't make people happy. No matter what you do. And I've realized that as a creator. I mean, I can't kid and call people a joker. I can't, because I make people mad. Make people mad. And I'm like, okay, Judy, I have to, at the end of the day, you have to be yourself, right? But I have to be mindful the words I choose because not everyone knows who I am. So I do regret calling people a joker. I do. I shouldn't have done that because I have to be, like I said, mindful that people don't know that I use the word joker all the time. So when I say that, it is offensive to someone because it sounds like I'm being a snothead, right? But I just have to be careful. Because the last thing I want to do is give off the impression that I'm a snothead, or that I'm insensitive or not caring. I'm like, if you know me, if you follow me, you know my heart. You know my heart, and you know that Joker is not a bad word. It's not. It's not. Anyway, so I apologize. And I have to be also mindful that, like, when I post a video of one of my animals sick, every one of my followers care. So they're telling me to call the vet because they're scared Leroy's going to get hurt. But I need my backup dancers to trust me so much with my animals that you know I'm going to make the right decisions. And if Leroy, listen, again, every time the vet pulls in my driveway, it's $500. My vet pulls in the driveway all the time. I do wellness checks on my animals. So the last thing, I need my backup dancers to know in my heart that I would eat ramen noodles for my animals. My animals come first. They do. And so I need, when I post a video of Leroy being sick, I need my backup dancers to know that if I thought it was serious enough to call the vet, I don't blink an eye. I don't care if it costs $500. I will figure it out. If I ain't got $500, I'll put it on the credit card and figure out how to pay it later. My animals come first, and I would never, ever not call the vet if I thought, y'all know I love Leroy. There's no way. So, like, what happens is when people start telling me to call the vet, it's like, you know how, let's see, you know how things become contagious? Like, for example, sometimes I wish the news didn't show, like, bizarre, like, stories, like, you know, like someone's committed suicide or something like that, because what happens is it triggers other people. So if someone else is suicidal and they see that Robin Williams killed himself on the news, it triggers them to do the same thing. I've seen it. And when somebody says, oh my gosh, call the vet immediately, get him out of the sun. You've got to get him out of the sun. He's having a heat stroke. Like, when people start doing that, it becomes contagious. And then when they see one person say, get him out of the heat, then the other person's going to say, oh my gosh, she's letting Leroy sit out in the heat and he's sick. And it becomes contagious. And then people are posting, and I look like some jackleg that doesn't take care of my animals. But it becomes contagious. So where I have to be mindful of the content I put out, because the content I put out was Leroy was sick. But I thought, in my video, that I explained that he had a tick in his ear, because I said in the video, Leroy, I need to go get the medicine to spray in your ear. But see, I went wrong. I have to, I tell you guys all the time. I tell you that you have, in every situation, whether you're right or wrong, you have to figure out your ownership in what's happening. So when I started seeing people saying that Leroy needed to get out, what am I going to do? Put him on my back and carry him to the shade and tell him to stay there and he'll stay put? What am I supposed to do? But my ownership in the comments, I have to figure out what my ownership is. My ownership is I didn't explain myself well enough. I should have said, Leroy has a tick in his ear. But see, I labeled the video, Leroy's not feeling well. So I should have said, Leroy's not feeling well. He has a tick in his ear. And often horses and donkeys get ticks in their ear. And you have to use this over-the-counter medication to treat it. I should have been more in detailed, but instead, I went wrong because I posted this video and said Leroy's not feeling well. And then all of a sudden, people have that Leroy's having a heat stroke and the Alabama weather's got him sick. And I'm like, he's got a tick in his ear. He's got a tick in his ear. So I had to figure out where I went wrong. And the bottom line is, my backup dancers care about Leroy, and they care about the best interest of Leroy. And people telling me to call the vet is because they care about Leroy. They weren't being ugly. They weren't being ugly at all. They care. And when you see that there's a sick animal, the first thing in your head is to call the vet. So no one did anything wrong. Like, no one did anything. I have to stop myself and say, where did you go wrong? You need to fix this so that this doesn't happen again. And I need to explain myself more, because my backup dancers, their number one priority is to take care of my animals. So no one was being mean telling me to get Leroy out of the sun. No one was being mean telling me that I needed to call the vet. They care about my animals. You know what I'm saying? So I have to be mindful. But I will tell you, I'm normal, right? Maybe I'm normal, maybe I'm not normal. Just saying. But when people begin to tell you what to do. Now, if I said, Leroy is sick, what should I do? Then, I open the door to tell me what to do. But I think your automatic reaction in life is when people begin to say comments. Because when I was first seeing the comments and people were going, call the vet immediately, get him out of the sun, I was frustrated. But that's normal. That is a normal reaction when you're like, when you have several people going, call the vet. I'm like, do they know who I am? Do they not know that if Leroy is sick, the first thing I'm going to do is call the vet? Like, immediately. But that's a normal, but this is where, the word pause. I talk to you guys about the word pause a lot. But what happens is when I see those comments, my first reaction is like, oh dear Jesus, do they really think that I call the vet? Do they really think that I should pick up Leroy and get him in the shade and make him stay there? Like, how am I going to make him stay in the shade? That was my first reaction. And I think our first reactions are normal. It's how we're feeling towards something. But where you go wrong is not pausing. So I had the reaction. I had to pause and go, oh, they care about my animals. They're not being ugly. Judy, you're taking this wrong. So I go, you need to tell them what's wrong with Leroy. They apparently didn't, a lot of people are at work and they don't have time to watch the video. All they see is there's a video, Leroy's sick. That's because they don't have time to watch the video because they're at work. So then what happens is they make a comment. Oh my gosh, Leroy's my favorite animal, call the vet. So they didn't watch the video to see that I had to spray something in his ear because he had an ear tick. So I have to be mindful of that. That's part of being on social media. And If anybody is guilty of not reading the whole message or not watching the video, it'd be this joker right here. So many times people send me a text message and it's about this long. And I read the first sentence and then comment. and then I'm like, oh wait, that's not what they said. And I'm like, oops, I didn't read your whole message. Because we are human beings and we react. We react quick. And instead of slowing down, reading the whole message, and then responding, Judy Snead reads the first sentence and I respond. So I can't be judgmental to the people that see Leroy is sick and don't watch the video. I can't be mad at them because I do the same thing. I do the exact same thing. And I bet if I sit here and ask y'all, you would say the same thing. We react. We don't pause. And we have to learn the word pause. Judy, learn the word pause. But you can't beat yourself up, You can't beat yourself up because our first reaction is usually always wrong. It's usually always wrong. It's usually just we're in a hurry, or you don't watch the video, you don't read the whole text message. We're triggers. Every one of us, Shane calls me a trigger. All of us are triggers. We do that. And we have to be mindful that we're like that. You get what I'm saying? I always say this, but I hope I make sense. I try to explain things to the best of my ability. I don't know that I always choose the right words to say. But when we react without pausing, we find ourselves in trouble. And many a times on social media, we don't read the whole thing, or we don't watch the video because we're not where we can watch. We might be in a doctor's office and we can't watch the video, but we just see that Leroy's sick. And then what you do, tell me if you don't do this, you're in the doctor's office, you can't watch the video, so what do? You read all the comments. Get to the vet, get him out of the sun, blah, blah, blah. So then that's a trigger, and you just want to comment and put your 2 words in because you care about Leroy. So you're going to say, call the vet, because everybody else is saying call the vet, and you never watched the daggum video. I'm telling you, I'm the same exact way. So I am not calling you out, because if anything, I do the same exact thing. Especially like Kayla's been getting on to me for not watching other creators, and I'm trying my best. I am so ADHD. Oh my gosh. I don't watch TV. I do not watch TV. Sorry, lost my signal. If we're sitting on the couch, I'm going to sleep. Do you know, I have been with Shane for 9 years. Shane and I have never sat on the couch and watched a movie, nor a sitcom. Shane and I have never sat, let me say it again. Shane and I have never sat on the couch and watched a 30-minute sitcom. If he was standing right here, I would ask him. We have never done that. Do you know why? Shane and I are wide open all day. Shane and I are outside bugs, okay? We are outside 24/7. And Shane wakes up and he's got a project. Right now, I don't know what he's doing, but if I had to guess, he got up at 5:30 this morning. He went and did a TikTok He loves TikTok. He's flipping through TikTok. I hear him in there drinking his coffee, eating his breakfast, and then he's out the door by 6 o'clock. And Shane does not come inside unless he's eating lunch until it is dark. And I am almost the only time I really come inside is if I've got to edit a video. And that takes me a couple of hours to edit a video. Now, I will tell you, during the summer, this heat, I have to come in and take breaks. I do. But Shane and I, next time he's around, I'll ask him point blank, have you ever watched a 30-minute sitcom with me? And he's going to say no. We do not turn on the TV. We do not. The only time we ever turn on the TV is sometimes right before bed. Shane watches hunting for 15, 20 minutes. That is it. That is it. We are wide open all day long. There's always something to do around Snead's Farmhouse. We work so hard. We do. But oftentimes, you know, as we flip through things, I was watching other people's social media. I sit there and I'm like, okay, sit down and watch, I don't know, Walker Family Farm. Judy watched the video. I love them. I love Walker Family Farm. And I'm like, okay, watch their video. And I start watching it, and then I'm like, oh my God, I got to go feed the chickens. I'm like, oh my gosh, I wonder if the pigs have water. It's like my brain constantly worries about my animals. And it's like I can't sit down to watch a sitcom. And Kayla was like, Judy, I don't sit down. I'm like, what do you do? And she was like, when I'm riding down the road, I don't listen to the radio. I listen to people on YouTube. And I was like, I don't get in the car. I don't drive much. Like, I don't really go many places to do that. But I did. I bought Larry. Hang on just a minute. I'll show you. Because Larry's hard of hearing. I bought him these earbuds. And I put them in my ear. And I was like, this is my ticket to listen to other creators. I can put these earbuds in my ear with my phone in my pocket, and I can be supportive to other farms and watch their content as I'm doing farm chores. Well, I tried to do that yesterday, and I have small ears, okay? I do. I have just these little ears, and these earbuds do not fit in my ears. They do not. They'll sit in there for a minute, but within no time, they fall out of my ears. So I was thinking, okay, I can't wear the earbuds. I got to go give these to Larry. But I was like, what could I put on? Well, I'm going to be that joker that walks around with the 1970 ear things that go over your head. You know what I'm talking about? Like Beats. That is going to be me. I would have a permanent tan line with a little old headset on. I would have a permanent tan line, like right here on my face. This would be white from my earmuffs because they won't stay in my ears. And I'm like, so I am trying really hard because I do want to be supportive of other farms because, I love them. I love these other creators. Let's see. Out of all the creators out there, it seems like, I was trying to think, like as you're a creator, or you're thinking about being a creator, you watch creators and you're like, I want to be just like them. Like when you're young and you see somebody, you're like, oh, I want to be just like them. And, you know, my mom and dad have always taught me to surround myself with people that I want to be like. Like, if you want to have a good marriage, you need to surround yourself with people that have good marriages. If you want to be, you know, a good Christian woman, you need to surround yourself with good Christian women. You know, if you surround yourself with negativity, you're going to be negative. And you are who you hang out with. And I used to teach my kids that. I'm like, you are who you hang out with. You hang out with trash, you're going to become trash. You talk trash, you're around people that talk trash, you're going to have that nasty mouth. I used to tell my kids that all the time. And I do believe in that. You are who you hang out with. You are. And as I watch other creators, now I do watch them some. I do. And sometimes you watch creators and then you meet them in person and you're like, they different. They ain't the same in person. They so rude. They ain't even talk to me. You know, like sometimes you do that. And like I think, now I've not met, well, I have met like Eddy Family Farm, Walker Family Farm, Black Tropical Homestead, Andale Homestead. They're not in Alabama. They're in other states. And I have met them through the Petals event. Because they come to the September event. So I have met them. But, you know, a lot of channels are from Alabama. So, like, I tell Kayla sometimes I get my feelings hurt. Sometimes I get my feelings hurt because Kayla and I are stuck in North Alabama where there's no creators. Every one of the Alabama creators, they all live by each other and they're in South Alabama, and me and Kayla are stuck in North Alabama, like trying to keep our head above water because there's no, like, you know, like I can't just run over to Jason and Brooke's house. It'd take me an hour and a half to get to Jason and Brooke's house. You know, like, or, you know, if Jason and Brooke were going out of town, they can't call Judy from Snead's Farmhouse to keep their animals because I live in North Alabama, you know? So, like, sometimes Kayla and I were just talking about this. I think it was yesterday, but Kayla and I are, like, over here in North Alabama all by our lonesome self, and we feel like we ain't got no friends because no one lives by us. Kayla and I are out here trying to keep our head above water because it's like, you know, like Chestnut Hills, G&G, Head Family Farm, Cog Hill Farm. They all live by each other. So they all get together and they go to, they talk, and Kayla and I are over here going, okay, it's just us. It's just us, kid. And if you think about it, for the longest time, it was just me. Like, Kayla was not even at my farm. Kayla's new to my farm, you know, so it was just me. And so sometimes when you're a creator, you're like, you have so many questions to ask about editing a video, or, you know, engaging your audience, or you just checked your page off. What do you do to recover? Like, and these creators that have had pages, like Jason and Brooke have had a page for like 7 or 8 years. Well, this joker right here is just a year, you know? So, like, there's so many questions that I have. And it's like a learning curve. But sometimes I feel like I have no friends. I feel like I have no friends. Usually if I want to know something about a creator, I can ask Kayla. Kayla's all over the place. You can find Kayla on every single page. And I'm like, how does she do that? Like, what the heck? Because you think, I mean, no, Kayla doesn't have a farm. But Kayla's at the ballpark 24/7. She's at the bottom of the tree. So, like, her life, just because she doesn't have a farm, doesn't mean she ain't wide open. Kayla, I'm going to say Kayla Snead. She ain't Kayla Snead. Kayla's wide open. She is just as wide open as me because she has to stay at the ballpark till 10 o'clock at night with her child. And I'm in the bed at 10 o'clock at night. So she probably goes more than me. I guess like I look like a grandma in these overalls, since everybody's calling me a grandma. You know, are you not cracking up? People calling me a grandma. You know, people on social media that don't know me, you know, they like to talk about, like, if you post a picture of your pig, they're like, ooh, that makes some good bacon, like they're trying to make you mad, you know, like, oh, calling me a grandma is gonna make me mad. Shoot, ain't nothing like being a grandma. like that's a compliment to me. I'm like, you know, it's just funny how people are. They try to be offensive. You just kind of take it as a compliment, you know what I mean? Like, when my kids have kids, I'm gonna be so excited, I think. You know, there's nothing better than being a grandma. Shane's daughter has a kid, and you know, Eli's in my children's book, and shoot, that's a compliment. There is nothing. Being a mom sucks. Being a grandma is the world. Like, you can spoil those kids and send them home, you know what I'm saying? So today I have, I think, 15 people coming, and Saturday I have like 8. It's not really a big day or tomorrow, but you know, no matter whether I have 15 people or 100 people, I have to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you have to exert the same energy. Is any of y'all coming to the September event? I always crack up at these YouTube events because, I don't know, like, the event, the event at Petals is really about Jason and Brooke. Like, people come and see Jason and Brooke, and then we're the afterthoughts. It makes me laugh. It makes me laugh. Like, nobody's coming to see Aunt Judy. They're coming to see Jason and Brooke, and then they'll walk around and see us. But Jason and Brooke, they've worked hard. They deserve all the recognition. They've helped. If it wasn't for Jason and Brooke, I wouldn't be where I am today. So I'm very grateful that Jason and Brooke introduced my farm last year, because a lot of the closest YouTubers, a lot of the closest followers that I have came from Jason and Brooke. And I'm so grateful for them. And you know, like, I sit here and I watch, like, Jason Brooke has never gone to another farm and said, go follow them. You know, and they did that for my farm. And it means a lot to me to know that, you know, that they trusted me and cared about me and believed in me enough to put me on their YouTube video. That means a lot to me. It really does. Sometimes I'm like, Shane, can we move to South Alabama? You know, where Shane retires, and I'm gonna put my glasses. I'm not gonna stop because I like to read y'all's comments. Let's see what time it is. Oh, we got time. Let's see what y'all are saying. Thank you, Rhonda. Yeah, having ADD is sometimes difficult. Keep it in your pocket, Deb. moved to South Alabama. You know, I'm from South Alabama. I lived about 30 minutes away from where Jason and Brooke and everybody lives. But Shane moved me out here. It's Shane's fault. Oh. Alyssa, you are. I'm really grateful to them. I really am. Everybody's asking for Jason and Brooke to adopt Skipper. I don't know what their plans are. They've not said anything to me about Skipper, so I don't think that, I'm not really sure. I don't know why my Wi-Fi keeps, Jason and Brooke have not said that anybody's bugging them about, yeah, Monica, that's what I've heard, that Brooke is wanting another cow, but she's not said, I mean, maybe they don't want many cows. I'm not really sure. They've not, I mean, I know they know about Skipper, but they've not said anything to me about it. I would love for Skipper to go to them. Skipper is more tame than Cinco was. I'm not comfortable reaching out to them. If they want Skipper, they'll reach out to me. I'm not going to bug them about that. My little southern accent. I see with I don't know, is Moody and are they steers? Have they been fixed? Because if not, then that wouldn't work with having Skipper, because Skipper's small. And so if can you imagine Moody breeding Skipper? That would be a train wreck. Okay. Oh, Mildred is a girl. That's right. So Moody is a steer. Okay, well then I guess it would be fine. Thank you for liking my glasses, Butler Family Farm. I don't know if I told you, but thanks for the stickers and everything that you sent. They would have Skipper in with the goats. Well, if Jason and Brooke wanted to take Skipper, they would reach out to me. I'm not going to bug them about it. Butler Family Farm, are y'all coming to the September event? Oh, that would be fun to go live cutting hay. Oh, well, shoot. I can't remember where you are. Missouri. You know, I'm coming to Missouri. I'm coming to Missouri July 31st. I'm coming to, I forgot what part of Missouri. My son sent me this itinerary. So St. Louis, I think that's where I'm going. Is that where I'm going? St. Louis. Yeah. So some of y'all that live in Missouri wanted to do a meetup, and my son said he was okay in that. We're going to this theater show, and we're going to Six Flags. Karen hadn't been on here in a while. Thank you. Yeah, the thing is with Six Flags, my son was like, Mother, if you go to Six Flags and say you're not riding a ride, I'm going to be mad. And I'm thinking in my head, does he know I have sciatic nerve pain? I have 4 fusions in my neck. Like, does he know that I'm 53? Like, but he's like, you will. If we go to Six Flags, Mom, you are not sitting it out. You are getting on every single ride. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, if these, like, I might hurt myself. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna do my best. I've always been a person that's not scared of Six Flags rides. Like, I've always rode every ride, but I haven't been to Six Flags since, I don't know, it's probably in my 20s. So it's been a minute. So I'm going to do my best to ride. I just get scared. I don't know. I'm a scaredy cat a little bit now that I'm older. I just feel like, you know, I don't know. I'm going to do it, though. I'm not going to disappoint him. I'm not disappointed. Retha, we got the cookies yesterday. I'm going to take them to Larry. He wanted me to order in some clothes, so I'm going to wait for the clothes to come in, and then I'll take them to him. I probably should hide them from Shane because, you know, last time you ordered cookies for Larry, Shane ate them all. I will tell you, those little thin cookies, the chocolate chip cookies that you order, those are so good, but every single one of them were broken. But they were so good. What is Worlds of Fun? No, don't send the chocolate chip cookies because I'll eat them all. Larry will never get them. Larry will never get them. For y'all that sent cards to Larry, thank you so much. Larry doesn't really know how to respond. So he thanks you. That was really sweet of all y'all to send cards to him. He doesn't really know how. I mean, he can comment, but he doesn't really know how. He really doesn't feel comfortable commenting because he's scared he's going to make a mistake. But he thanks you, and he doesn't have Messenger. So if you message him on Messenger, he's probably not going to respond because he doesn't really know how. So keep that in mind. Oh my gosh, Disney parks would be so much fun. Good morning, Ann. I never just take the time to read y'all's messages. Oh, my watch sting is 100% better. It's like I can wear my watch again. I'm not swollen. That hurt like crazy. I cannot believe how bad a wasp sting hurts. Oh, so yesterday I went and got my male duck. I have to come up with a name. I'm going to send y'all pictures today. He's the cutest thing, and he went in with the other ducks last night and went to bed. It was so cute. He's young. Ireland? Wow. Hey, Lisa. Yeah, he went straight to bed. It took it, well, I had to kind of, he's become friends with, so I have 2 ducks that I've had since day one. And we call them sisters because they look just alike. One is broody on duck eggs, and one is out roaming around. So he has become friends with sister. And sister went in last night and he just followed her. Yes, he's a Muscovy. So Muscovy ducks are a bit different. So when they go broody and sit on eggs, a normal duck egg hatch is 28 days. It's like a turkey. Like a chicken egg takes 21 days to hatch. A pigeon takes 18 days to hatch. But a Muscovy duck is the only duck that takes 35 days to hatch an egg. So they're different. And if a Muscovy duck breeds with another kind of duck, that baby is sterile. Not really sure why, but it's a bit different. But I have, most of the rescue ducks that I have are pecans. So I have to be careful with the males to make sure they don't overbreed the pekin ducks, because pekin ducks don't get around as well as a Muscovy duck. A Muscovy duck flies, and a pekin duck doesn't fly. Yeah, me and Kayla have to sit here and clean out that duck pond 24/7. It's like a nightmare. I don't have any earrings that match this. Maybe. Yeah, ducks. I've really debated whether to get a male duck since my male duck. Y'all, I was so upset about Popsy dying. Whew. I was worried about getting another male, but Popsy was kind of the instigator of the fights with the peacock. It was kind of Popsy's fault. And the peacock pierced my male duck, Popsy. And oh my gosh, it upset me so bad. But Popsy would go fight with him. So I would put him in the principal's office, but it wasn't doing no good. It was so frustrating. All right, go head to the hayfield. I'm going to let y'all go because I got to get this party started. I've got to go let animals out. Kayla, I went out to the farm yesterday. The pigs had no water. The baby turkeys had no water. I was like, me and Kayla are a train wreck. We don't need to be having animals because these animals ain't got no water. I'm like, when you have a big farm, it is so, like, as soon as you fill up a water container, the pigs go over there and they knock all the water out. That's why I have anxiety when I leave my farm, because Kayla can fill up the water and then in 30 minutes, the pigs have no water. I swear, it is a constant, because pigs want to sit in the water. They go plop their big old butt in the water, especially Shishi, and then they don't have any water. And I don't know, because you know where the baby turkeys are, it's not level. I don't know if the water ran out, but oh my gosh. I was like, oh, these babies are thirsty. It's a constant. It really takes, it probably takes more than 2 people to run my farm. I don't know how I ran it by myself for so long, just to be honest. I'm like, what was my life like before Kayla? And really, we need to probably hire one more person, but I can't afford it. I've got to come up with a name for my baby duck, or my new duck. He's a male. I keep wanting to call him Sharpie. I don't know why. He's got like, I don't know. I kept thinking about a Sharpie pen because he's gorgeous. He's not, like, it's hard for you to know what a male duck looks like, because when they're black, they're green. Like when they're older, they're like, it's like it's just like a black chicken. If you have a solid black chicken in the sun, they'll be green. And so, So, that's funny, Doug. So like, I don't know. I keep thinking Sharpie, but that doesn't sound, I don't know. I've got to come up with a name. I need to look at his personality and you know, I don't know. I get my jail sale next week. I'm pretty excited about it. The only thing after the jail sale, I've got to put up my peacock enclosure. Thank you, Amber. Yeah, the next is the peacock enclosure, but I have to tell y'all, I enjoy my peacocks free ranging. I'm just saying, I enjoy it. I love my peacocks being all over my farm. So like, but they go to my neighbors, you know, and I just don't know if that's ideal, you know, because there could be wild dogs, but peacocks can fly. So I don't know. Yeah, me too, Mary. The peahen is doing much better. As a matter of fact, night before last, she roosted in the pine trees again. So she does have I think she's probably going to have a permanent limp, but the foot is working and she's able to roost in a pine tree now. So her life is about back to normal, which is amazing that it can be just limp and then heal back. And the vet, you know, told me that she probably wouldn't heal back, but she was a rescue. I rescued her probably 2 years ago. So anyway, I was going to let y'all go and I keep reading y'all's messages. Yeah. I'm in Alabama. Yeah, I had to not give up on her. That's fun, Rhonda. Thank you, Jane. All right, guys, I'm going to go. I've got a lot to do before the field trip comes. So thank you for joining me this morning. I'm glad it wasn't too crazy. I didn't know how. I don't normally go live this way. I normally set it through StreamYard, but I thought I would try something new in hopes to gain some new people to get to know the backup dancers and myself, to always know that they're a safe place to come. I'll see you next time. Bye.